Welcome back with more stuff with Dono. In this video, I'm actually going to be showing you guys the difference between the regular 68 cubic inch tank versus like a 77 SL tank. So I'm actually going to show you guys. A buddy of mine actually loaned out his 68 to me. I kind of pre-owned it beforehand, but I'm just going to show you guys that. So I'm going to tell you guys right now, both tanks are going to be empty for this comparison. So I'm going to be weighing them. I'm going to be showing you guys size comparison, and just kind of like go over the reg difference between the V1 and the V2 with the valves. So here's the 68 here. You can see. So that is the 68. That's the cubic inch that it goes by. Not like it really matters. Like it does say everywhere. Get you guys on there. It does say 68 there. 5-year hydro carbon fiber. Nice little pink breast cancer symbol or breast cancer awareness symbol. I'm just kind of looking at a camera here just so I can make sure that you guys can actually see it. So anyway, let's go back on to how to read the tank, because I know with my last video on tanks, like it just wasn't really that good, and I reviewed it the other day and I just was not satisfied with it at all. I also want to look for, whether you're in Canada or America, you want to look for DOT. Let's see if we can get there. Yeah, DOT, which means that you can fill it up or get a hydroed in US. And then TC, which is here, which means that you can actually fill it in Canada. Now the thing is, if it does not have TC, you can fill it in the States, but you can't fill it in Canada. So, sorry. So let's continue. So here, right in the middle, that would be the serial number. So if you're going to get it hydroed, then that's usually the serial number that they're going to use. It's nothing you really need to worry about, but it's something I need to worry about because I do that. So here's the birth date of it. So it's 09/2013. So every 5 years you actually have to get these things rehydroed and keep the marker, or not the marker, keep the tank healthy. Make sure that it can actually withstand the pressure. They usually pump about 6,000 psi into these tanks just to see if it will withstand. Does not mean that you guys can put 6,000 psi in the tanks, but it's just a precaution, really. And then here would be on how much it can actually go up to, or the standards of it. So it's 4,500 psi. So this tank is actually really nice. It's an SLP reg for my buddy's Bob Long reptile. I use a reptile myself, as you guys can tell if you guys have seen my other videos. It has a nice little breast cancer awareness symbol, or it's white, but it says 2013, and I think it says, no, it doesn't. Wow, right. I thought it said breast cancer awareness on it, but I guess not. Okay, so this one does have the pin. The one I have, gonna set that down. So yeah, these are going to be empty. As you can see, I'm pressing right onto the pin, and it's completely empty. Even the gauge, completely empty. So yeah, that one has the pin. And when I got this one, this is the 77 SL. Just gonna put that to the side there. This one is more like I want to say slime for some reason, but it's not slime. But it's definitely not Dura. So here's my 77 SL. It's very nice. It's very lightweight, even when it's filled. I don't know, even when it's filled, it still feels a little bit lighter than the pink one. Sorry, Mitchell. So yeah, this is the 77 SL by Ninja. Same thing. Oh, okay, yeah, they are different. Alright, so yeah, there's the serial number there. So it does have TC and DOT, so I can fill it in Canada or America. It is 4,500 psi, and then 77 SL. So yeah, this one is also the SLP. That's all I use in all my markers. The M2, when I had the Mini, the G6R, the Reptile, I used it in every single one of my markers, and they seem to be shooting great. So yeah, when I did get this, it did have the ball bearing on the top, but I gotta say, I like the pin a lot better. Every single time I try to turn on the ASA, it's just like really hard to put onto it, and I don't want to break the ASA. So that's what it actually started to feel like, and it just not really worth it to me. I don't want to be paying whatever manufacturer like $100 just to replace the ASA per se. So yeah, so I went. I sold my black 68 and completely changed the bonnet to the pin, and I like the pin a lot better. It's nice and easy to put on, and that really 30% more air doesn't really make a difference, to be honest. It's the marker that really makes that difference. Okay, so yeah, it has the same gauge. SL does not have the breast cancer awareness ribbon on there. It just says SL. Still has the 2 O-rings on, you know, even the ball bearing still had the 2 O-rings. So yeah, still very nice and lightweight. Still has that feel. And then there's the hydro date. So it's 08/2015. That's when I was born. And in 2020, I'll have to get this thing rehydroed for the first time. Alright, so I'm actually going to change out the camera and show you guys the weight comparison between the 68 and the 77 SL. See you in a bit. Okay, welcome back. This is now going to be the comparison. So as you guys can see, once again, I have the pin. So these 2 regs are the exact same thing. The internals are the exact same thing. Everything is the exact same thing. So the weight would be the exact same thing, obviously. So there is no pressure in this tank, and there is no pressure in this tank. Okay, so I'm going to press both pins just because there's some internet freaks out there. So I'm now pressing both pins. No air is coming in. Okay, so you know what, let's do a weight size comparison first. So okay, so the 77 is a little bit longer. Like, it's not even, it's about I want to say 1/8 of an inch. A little bit longer, just by 1/8 of an inch. Now when you're actually feeling these things, the 77 is a little bit wider with diameter as well. So it is a little bit bigger size-wise, and when you actually get those Exalt tank covers, it is a little bit harder to put onto the 77. So that's actually a few bad things about the 77 compared to the 68. Is that it is a little bit bigger. It's not very noticeable, but it is a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna weigh the 68 first. Once again, Mitchell, thank you very much for letting me borrow your tank. So hopefully you guys can see that. Try to make it steady as possible. There you go. So it's 2.544 pounds, and it just went lower. So 2.542 pounds. Okay. Now for the 77. So 2.127 pounds. So it is quite a bit lighter. For a little bit more that you actually get out of it, it is a little bit lighter. So which is actually pretty nice. And there is actually a mathematical equation that if you get a certain amount in the 77, you can actually make it equal into the 68. I forget what the equation is at the moment. If I actually had it written down on paper, I could actually show you guys. But all I can really tell you is that 6,800 psi into a 77 is the exact same thing as a 68 at 4,500. So when someone is actually doing an efficiency test, the best way to actually get a 68 4,500 fill into an efficiency test, best way to actually do it is to do 3,800 psi into a 77. And that would equivalent or equal into 68 4,500. Alright, so Let me know in the comments on what you guys would prefer. Comments, sorry. What would you guys prefer? Either the 77 or the 68. Sometimes weight actually does differ on performance, but me personally, I prefer lighter. So I'd actually go with the 77. Some people would actually prefer the 68. To me, size doesn't really matter all that much. All that really matters is how you're holding the marker itself. So it's definitely going to be different from like a 45 cubic inch to a 90 cubic inch, but some people can adapt to it, some people don't feel comfortable with it. It all really depends on you and what size you actually want to get. Okay, so yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up. If you guys really want to know the equation, just let me know in the comments, and I'll do the equation right in the comments just for you guys, or put it in the description below. Yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Stay tuned and like and subscribe to this video if you guys would like to. It really helps the channel grow, and yeah, I really hope to see you guys out in the field.